just, well, it's fucking what it says on the tin. It's called Patriot.
Welcome to Camden, the hub of alternative culture. Over the years, however, Camden seems to be evolving into an over-sensationalized, tourist-infected trap. Today, we're going to check out some of Camden's alternative music venues and shops and see what it is that's keeping the original scene alive. We're here at Sounds That Swing. I'm with Martin, who's the owner. So how long has this place been open?
About 30 years.
And how much do you think that places like this, record shops, how much do you think that they have an impact on Camden's alternative music scene?
The way Camden is because of Rock On and Compendium. So that was a record shop and a book shop, because people who listen to records and read books do stuff, and that attracts other people who are interested. So you get artists and people turning up, you get musicians turning up, you get a scene building. So, you know, to answer your question, record shops are absolutely central to something like alternative culture or whatever it is that people call it nowadays.
And how do you feel that the scene has changed compared to like the 80s, 90s?
Everything is so much more corporate nowadays. The thing is, what you need is places where people can come and just be people and not have to pay money to exist. We got places like these malls that they're building where people are just thrown out for existing. So what you want is places where people who don't fit anywhere else can come in and hang about. And that's what hopefully record shops and places like that are all about. And records.
Alright guys, I'm here with Zombie.
Punk.
Nice to meet you, man. Like, how much of an impact do you think that alternative music, punk music has on an area like Camden?
It's so strong as well, because everybody coming here because the history in Camden town, like the pubs when the Clash, Sex Pistols was playing here, Amy Winehouse in here as well. Everybody keep this survive.
Yeah.
This is a legacy Camden town.
Of course, we can't talk about Camden's music scene without mentioning Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse was massively involved in the Camden music scene, and she sadly passed away from alcohol poisoning at our Camden home in 2011. This sculpture right here was created by sculptor Scott Eaton, who said it was designed to convey Amy's strength, attitude, but also give subtle hints of insecurity. All right, guys, I'm with Chris from the Dev. Nice to meet you.
It's me.
He's the general manager here. Do you know how long this venue's been open for?
It was opened around 1904. People say it's older than that, you know, being an Irish bar around the 1900s, 1904. Sort of, you know, the canal was just down the road, so this was a place where, you know, it used to be a hotel upstairs, so all the workers coming down to build the town in general would stay around the area. This would be one of the places. This is why this is here. We found through the records that this was one of the first pubs in Camden to have live music. Just be some Irish guys playing, like, you know, guitar or something like that. And then I do believe it became more of an alternative venue in the 80s somewhere.
Alternative music, how much do you think that has an impact on an area like Camden?
A lot in general, because I mean, with the music comes the subculture. I mean, a lot of people remember that Camden back in the day, sort of back in my day. It might sound old now, but like sort of when I first started to come to that, which was around 2006, 7. Camden was completely different. It was definitely like a place that, you know, you think tattoos, you think piercings, alternative culture, rock
Yeah.
and roll, heavy metal, I guess drugs at the time. I think over time that definitely changed a little bit, but it still has a reputation. People still come to Camden Town just for that, you know, to experience the sort of alternative culture in general.
Yeah.
It's just changed a little bit, but you know, we're still here, so I guess.
So it's changed a little bit. How much do you think Camden as an area has changed, like, over the years?
A lot. I started working here in 2010. Even since then, until now, it's sort of black and white difference. Lots of places closed down. Camden Market, half of it's gone. You know, it's little changes in general in the area that did affect who comes here and who doesn't.
So guys, now we're going to go and check out some of the shops in Camden Market, and this is the best place to find alternative clothes, music, and everything you could ever want. Let's go check it out. All right, so this market started off as a small arts and crafts fair that was originally only open on Sundays, but now it's home to over 1,000 different shops and stores, selling everything from paintings, stuff like that, alternative music, clothes, albums. And even though these alternative shops may not be run by people in the scene, they keep the alternative people like me coming back, and they keep the stores open. What impact do you think tourism is having on Camden?
Like I say, Camden was, I mean, it was a market, street market, and there was bits and pieces being bought and sold. You got well, the Roundhouse again, very important. The music venues very important, but that attracts tourism. Tourism brings in money, which isn't a bad thing, but I do wonder sometimes. I do want to stop a tourist and just say, "Why are you here?
Yeah.
You seem to be here gawking," and the whole point is, it used to be people here doing. You've got to contribute, not just come in and be, you know, think that somebody else's life is there for your entertainment.
I mean, you
Man, I
get a
think-
lot of attention from tourists, obviously.
Yes,
right?
yes. I not charge anyone. I have my life. Everybody charge me. I just feel well when I see too many people look like me, like you.
Yeah.
I feel well. I feel good. I feel wow. Have some other people feel like me, wanna support this life. This is real life. This is how.
Yeah.
It's not one day I put this clothes, the other day I look different. No, it's every day.
Yeah.
It's my life. I will die like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
legacy.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sick, man. How much of an impact do you think tourism is having on having impact on Camden?
Quite a lot. I mean, especially since I have to mention the lockdown and stuff. You know, but Camden's always been a touristy area. We're not on the high street, so we do miss a lot of the traffic from tourists. Tourism has always been really good in Camden. We normally get some tourists, but I think ever since things reopened and people sort of maybe realize what they're missing before.
Yeah.
People traveling into town now, we definitely get a lot more tourists than before.
Yeah.
And I think Camden in general, London in general, but I think Camden in general has benefited a lot from tourism.
I have only one final question, and that is, do you think that the music scene is dying?
No, music scene's never going to die. You said punk's dying. Next door, we got a pub called the Dublin Castle. On a Tuesday night, you go in there, there's a bunch of young punks. There are a bunch of young punk bands, and there's really interesting stuff happening. The other thing, people my age, I hear them saying things like, "Oh, it all used to be great." I say, it's still great. You listen to people like these people doing grime and stuff. It's aggressive, it's noisy, it's loud, it's still rock and roll. It's not exactly my rock and roll,
Right.
but it's still out there.
I think there's nothing that can happen to cities or pubs or areas or venues that will stop music ever always being on the incline. I mean, I grew up with the idea of being in a band for a living and stuff like that. That is very hard to do nowadays unless you have good online presence, etc. In the evolution of music is on the up, but on the sort of getting into music is a little harder now to actually be able to have your regular life and sort of playing bands and do things at the same time. It's doable, but I think maybe it's different. I would say it's different. Yeah.
Okay. Chris, thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you.
There's some kid out there today picking up an electric guitar and hitting it and going, "Oh yeah, I like that." And as long as they're doing that, it will continue. But it's not a God-given right. It's not, we got to take it. We got to keep it going ourselves. No one else is going to do it.
Yeah.